Annul is in the decay slot. I don't think that's how Magic works. Annul is an anti-combo card. This hand's great, right? Annul is an anti-combo card. It's like a counter spell. Abrupt Decay is not an anti-combo card. Lasted longer than normal, yep. Alright, it's a good hit. Did I just play this Leovold? Nah, I'm probably just supposed to... Nah, I'm supposed to play this Leovold, right? I'm just supposed to play this Leovold, right? That's just like how this works. So black, green. I'll make blue with this. I get forced to protect it here. This like runs into a daze, which feels a little bit bad. Sure. Tundra, sure. Yeah, I think so, Mifner, because like... Yeah, I guess that's true. Like, now that they've shown us the Tundra, like, Terminus is a card that I have to worry about. So, like, probably want to save the Force for Terminus at this point. Leo's great against Tundra. No, that card doesn't get back 3 drops. It gets back 2 or less. The, whatever that card's called. I know what you're thinking of. They're forcing me. If they're forcing this, nah, I want to keep my Jace. I will just like, oh, you know what? I should have fetched a black source here, right? So I could him plus Unearth this turn. It was actually a pretty big mistake, right? Like I need to not let them have this. Black source, tilt. Alright. Let's take 2 more cards out of their hand. I should have a Leovold in play here if I was smarter and thinner, but alas I am not. Did not think about my fetch lands very well. Now we're just gonna get counterspelled and feel real bad about myself. Wow, no counterspell. Alright, well, I guess I'm just gonna attack with this. Portent's actually pretty good against Leo, right? It's like less bad than the other cantrips are against Leo. Yeah, there's a lot of little things that go on in Legacy that just like don't happen in other formats. I don't think I want to play this True-Name out. I think I want to just like smash with these. Like Terminus is the card they want anyway, so I might as well just like not play into it. That is, yep, that is correct. Wizards of the Coast does not want you to play Legacy. And before anyone tells me I just have a tinfoil hat on my head, in the one place, Magic Online, where Legacy should be inexpensive and accessible, it's not, because Wizards of the Coast doesn't want you to play it. Fetch land. Fetch land. Huh. So do I want to attack in with this into a potential click? Yeah, I think so. I should have just held this up on the Badlands last turn, right? Probably what should have happened. Is there any reason you shouldn't play Grixis Delver? Probably not. So like, okay, so here's one consideration. I think this deck is pretty close, and lands tends to be popular. They drew the Terminus. lands tends to be popular at events like the team events. So if this deck has a better lands matchup than Delver does, I would probably play this instead. Yeah, I got you pretzels, dude.
I can't. Bar! 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 Bar!
I think Grixis Delver is the best deck in Legacy. The question is how much better is it than a deck like this is what it comes down to.
Bar!
At least for me.
Bar!
Alright, we're gonna stick this...
Bar!
What are you saying?
Bar!
Dude, English.
Bar up!
That's not English.
Bar up! Bar! Bar!
You want water?
Bar!
That's not how you say. That's not what water sounds like in Declanese. I'm confused.
E.
Did you forget how to walk, dude?
Poop up the
His toes.
I don't know. I haven't felt.
Your tools are up.
Did my opponent shuffle that? They did not shuffle that. So I feel like because they didn't shuffle, I'm not supposed to play anything else out here. I feel like no shuffle means they found the Terminus.
Oh.
Really? Okay. That was a Mrs. Hoagland in the background. Opponent said they just drew cards they shuffled away, and I was like, check the log, you didn't shuffle. My wife wants to know how I met my wife. My wife and I met through Boy Scouts. There's a branch, actually all of Boy Scouts is co-ed now, or will be at some point soon, but we're fetching down to 3. Okay, that seems loose. Okay, still at 5. Co-ed Boy Scouts. Yeah, Venture Crew. There's a branch of Boy Scouts called Venture Crew that's always been co-ed. Alright, and again, no reason to play this Deathrite Shaman out. They're out as Terminus or Supreme Verdict, so no reason to play into that. Oh, I should have pushed their Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Wasn't thinking about it. Was reading chat and listening to my wife upstairs. You're correct, Mifner. Definitely missed lethal there. Definitely missed the ability to push lethal turn turner. Should have pushed there. 110% should have pushed there. All right, so push is pretty terrible. Flusterstorm and Invasive Surgery are fine. Red Elemental Blast is fine. Mifner. Minifer. It's Minifer, isn't it? Alright, so this Kolaghan's command is fine. Some of these forces can come out. Is this an Annul matchup? Sometimes they play back to basics and Blood Moon, right? Is this better than Force of Will? I feel like some forces are probably better than these. It's Mifner. It's Mifner now. Yeah, I'm leaving in Lightning Bolt and Kolaghan's Command to clean up those. And, like, Force of Will technically answers that. Yeah, I think that's fine. I'm just gonna do this. They showed me Counterbalance, but, like, eh. That seems fine. If played this matchup, you want 3 surgicals. We definitely don't want 3 surgicals. We might want a non-zero number of surgicals, but we definitely don't want 3. I'm just gonna fetch a basic swamp proactively here in case they're on the Blood Moon plan. There's no guarantee. Nothing is a guarantee in Magic, especially on Magic Online. Surgical's like fine. It's not particularly good. I don't think it's better than any of the cards I currently have in my deck. I get it. People like to board in Surgical Extraction. It's everyone's favorite. So either we're getting Terminus or my opponent is an idiot. Those are the 2 options here. I guess if we get Terminus and they predict, they're just like setting up a predict here. I'm gonna reb the crap out of this predict. This predict and we are just gonna, I wanna ponder here. This smells like Teen Spirit, right? Just like, this is like 10 out of 10 a predict. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass for now. Oh, predict doesn't work with a fetch land. Yeah. Yeah, that's just, okay, so they're just bad. They're just bad is the answer. Yeah, I'm gonna thank you for pointing out the fetch land. Predict doesn't work with the fetch land. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and fetch basic island and ponder here. Fluster, True-Name. I think all these cards are great, right? Oh yeah, Unearth isn't particularly good. Yeah, you're right. I'd buy that for $1. I'd buy that for $1. Good call, Durna. And again, like that's a perfect example of a useful constructive comment. Don't just tell me a card's good. Tell me it's better than X and then articulate yourself, and that's fantastic. We 10 out of 10. Honestly, they might both be better than the Unearths. The Unearths don't seem particularly good in this matchup. And like I have 3 Kolaghan's commands to rebuy things anyway, so I think that's fine. Yeah, kinda. I don't know. It doesn't seem stellar. I definitely like splitting it. And like I have the Kolaghan's commands too. I think I want all of these cards, right? Like these cards just seem great. Do these cards seem great? You can't decide. I feel like I definitely want the Flusterstorm, right? I'm gonna leave myself the option to not draw the True-Name. I'm gonna draw the Flusterstorm and we might shuffle the True-Name away. Yeah, definitely, Cliffy. They're definitely about having presence. You have Snapcaster, they have Snapcaster. And if they snap here, then they don't have a counterspell up for this Jace the Mind Sculptor. Which is like fine with me, right?
Mommy. Hey.
Alright, so the fact that they're holding stuff up here means I'm not just going to jam my Jace willy-nilly, especially when I have the extra land. So I'm just going to go ahead and ponder here. Well, that's a Force of Will. So, like, we're just, like, 10 out of 10 taking that, right? So, like, next turn, we're gonna get to, like, stick Jace with, like, Force plus Fluster. And, like, hopefully take the game and run away with it from there. Just, like, sprint off to the finish line. Really want. I'm gonna have to use this land anyways. Might as well crack this fetch. Badlands sounds great. Or Volk. Badlands or Volk. Badlands or Volk. Third. I'd rather have the third black source than the third blue source. Cast my Jace. That just resolved. Alright. Well, that punishes me for having used the fetch land there. Set Leovold up for next turn, pass the turn here. Yeah, I shouldn't have used my lands that way. Yeah, like, what do they have? There's 7 cards in their hand. Actually, yeah, right? And all of our cards are good, so, like, we're not sad about that. Opponent chose to shuffle. Brainstorm. I'm just gonna Flusterstorm this. They clearly don't have much. Because Flusterstorm is great. I have Force of Will. Unexpectedly Absent doesn't do dick. This is the shit Nightmares is made of. Flusterstorming, at least these are baby Flusterstorms, right? But like Flusterstorming Flusterstorms, this is like, did they do it? Did they do it? Wait, is this targeting their Flusterstorm? I can't tell what's going on. I can't tell what's going on, but we're just gonna click OK. We can't pay mana anyways. Welcome to Moto. Enjoy your interface, right? And I think they're Flusterstorming their own Flusterstorm here, right? That's what's going on here. I'm pretty sure that's what's occurring. I'm pretty sure they have to tap this plains to not counter their own Fluster. Oh yeah, Flusterstorm their own Flusterstorm. Yep. All right, that's fine. Their Brainstorm resolved, so like it kind of worked out for them. But that was just good, clean living right there. Just the cleanest of living. Who wants to activate this Jace again next turn? I want to activate this Jace. God, just look at... Gosh. It's a good thing Christmas is past because my opponent just wouldn't be able to get me anything here because we just have all the things. All right, let's throw these back, I guess. GG, no re. They need like exactly Verdict here, right? It needs to be Supreme Verdict. Yep. I do not. I have no idea. Maybe. No, I definitely brought it in. It's a Supreme Verdict. Tilt. Flew too close to the sun, champ. Flew too close to the sun. So someone asked the difference between Red Elemental Blast and Pyroblast. The difference is that Pyroblast can target anything. Red Elemental Blast can only target a spell that's blue. Pyroblast is better in decks that have Monastery Mentor and Young Pyromancer because you can fire them off willy-nilly. Look at Jace. Put these lands back. Crack this fetch land. Do I want to Ponder here? I kind of want to Snap Ponder, right? Snap Ponder seems like a good time. Looking for an Unearth here, basically. Force, Baleful Strix. I don't really want any of these cards, right? It's just like more of the same. Like a random. Ooh, let me sing you the song of my people, opponents. Hey, how is your Xmas, Jeff? Thomas McCoy with the 4-month resubscription. Thank you for sending your Amazon Fund money this way for another month. I do appreciate that. Christmas was swell. Pretty quiet. We ended up getting stuck in Chicago for an extra day because of snow, but got home safe. Doesn't really matter. Correct. Yeah, just like these are my things. My things are amazing. Hey, Punishing Waterfalls with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate that. As always, subscriptions are the best way you can support my content here. So if you enjoy the legacy, please consider sending your Amazon Fund money this way. Look at all these Flusterstorms. Just like, how many Flusterstorms did they have when this Jace resolved? Is like the real question. Probably a bunch. I feel like I'm just letting this happen. They can draw 2. I'm drawing 3 cards every turn. Now, Invasiving the Ponder is aggressive. Spell Piercing the Predict, though, seems fine. Yeah, just like let a computer make decisions at random. We'll probably still win. Gosh, just all of these really nice things. I'll put these back, I guess. I'm gonna correct this fetch land. I'm gonna correct this first. Probably boarded out Forces Flusters. Yep, probably. Is the invasive for miracles? I don't know if it's explicitly for miracles. It's good here though. Yep, not looking for any of those. Looking for like our other Leovold, a True-Name, an Unearth. There's my buddy, my pal. No, my Jaces don't alt. My Jaces draw cards. Sorry to disappoint. My Jaces draw magic cards. They don't ultimate. All right. Invasive Reb Force. We are again in the spot where they need Supreme Verdict. And by need Supreme Verdict, I mean they need Verdict to like continue playing the game. Not to win, but just like to continue playing. This a Shahid Sarati one mode Jace? Yeah, right? Hey, Jeff, question. You also take Moto tickets as donations. I've got some of those more spare to hard cash. They're like 20. Yeah, definitely. Feel free to DM me. We can set up a time to coordinate getting them from you to me. But tickets are basically the same as cash. Remember that time they cast Ponder while Leovold was out? My Perch Farm remembers. It's really nice of my opponent to let us continue playing Magic here, because like this game ended like 20 minutes ago, but like we're still here doing our thing. The more I play with Jace and Legacy, the more I start falling over to the side of, yeah, this card's probably too good for Modern. Trigger. I would like to draw a card, please. Yes. I should have cracked that fetch right. I knew that land was there. Oh no, is that the only land that this could get on my deck? I might be out of fetchables, actually. Ooh, there's a Bayou in my deck. God bless you, Joe Lissette. God bless you, Joe Lissette. I'd like to counter your spell. Stop it. That's the tipping point there. Now we're done. Opponent, we were done forever ago. You were still playing though for some reason. It ain't a real game of Legacy until someone taps 5 lands to put a Force Wall on the stack. Yeah, Burgle, you'd love this deck. This deck is just like the biggest pile of 2-for-1s ever. If I was gonna recommend you a Legacy deck, Burgle, this is it. Hey, Fugums! with the Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I appreciate that. Welcome to everyone. Let's do a quick plug. We're waiting for the next match to pop. Good morning to everyone on this day of days after Christmas, the second day of Christmas, if you would. If you're enjoying what you see, please make sure you hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything, helps other people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see, please consider doing what Fugums just did and subscribing on Twitch, $4.99 a month, or send your Amazon fund money this way. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors, mtgotraders.com. Would love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using promo code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepads, sleeves, binders. They really do it all. And finally, SpareDeck.com. They offer kind of a unique service. They'll rent you any physical, standard, or modern deck. Unfortunately, they don't do dual end, so they don't do legacy. But using code Hoagland7, you can get 7% on your rentals from them. Someone asked, what are this deck's bad matchups? This is the definition of why legacy is sweet. This is one of those 50-50 type decks. It really doesn't have genuinely bad matchups in legacy. It's just a good card stuff deck, has a lot of pretty generic answers to lots of different things. So I think with good play, this deck's a lot like Grixis Delver in that you're probably going to have pretty close, even matchups against the field. Brad Nelson and Todd Stevens did a video with Jace the Mind Sculptor and Jeskai. Brad barely got to play any Magic. Well, was Brad playing the Jace or no? Lost to Lands twice and Belcher. What's going on, Jarvis? Morning. There's only 2 Underground season here. Okay, thanks. Snake a donation here from FJ. I'm not going to try and pronounce this username. Alright, on the play here for our second match. It's fine. Like, not exciting, but fine. So the problem is, Wizards of the Coast doesn't want you to play Legacy. They just want you to play Standard, and Standard's rancid, so like, you know, it is what it is. What we got? I'll spell pierce the crap out of this Faithless Looting. Looks like Black-Red Reanimator, most likely. You want to counter the cards that let them get their things into the graveyard is what you want to do. So I'm going to get a Trop here, because we want our Deathrites to eat creatures in this matchup. Alright, Ponder's a great draw. It seems actually pretty good in this matchup, right? Like, we've got this Spell Pierce and this Force, too, still. My balls are not quite large enough to him to Tourach a Reanimator player. So I think I'm just going to any order and shuffle these. Play this past the turn. I could have taken the Ponder there and like shuffled the rest away potentially. Maybe that's better. Lets me dig the following turn. Again, just gonna Spell Pierce this. Grab Underground Sea. Yeah, once they have a pooper in the bin, the him is fine. I think I'm gonna force this Faithless Looting. Because again, just like it feels like this is the most important part here. Yes, Unearth does cycle. They have Entomb to punish me for forcing this. They do not. It's good for us. Alright. That's it's a Snap Spell Pierce for next turn. Maybe. Their deck's pretty light on mana punishing waterfalls, so like they might not have a third land. I'm sure they do because like that's our life, but like there's a non-zero chance they just like don't have a third land here. That's fair. Dark Ritual. Yep. I don't think I'm supposed to pierce that. This feels like a Dark Ritual into Faithless Looting, and then I can just snap pierce the Faithless Looting. All right, this is going. It's gonna be going worse. It's a good draw. Is this one good? What do you think of this one, chat? This one decent? Birds of Lava, man. Okay, so we need to avoid a pooper hitting the table this turn. They drew the third land, so hopefully that means they need to hit, like, Petal plus Reanimate this turn. They have Collective Brutality. Some of these decks play Brutality in the main. Lets him get a fatty in the bin and kill the Deathrite Shaman. Feels like Brutality. Four color wall of control. I think this deck's actually cheaper to build than Grixis Delver. Because Grixis Delver plays 3 Underground Seas and 3 Volks. Whoa, they don't have a fatty to bin. That's good for us. Are you using the discard mode here? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cycle this in response, just in case we hit a land or a creature or something. So we're going to have to take this away regardless with this. Tilt. Alright. I think that's the optimal line there is to cycle that, I think, but get a little punish for doing so. So I have 2 cards left. I like the cut of my opponent's jib. That's just like the cheekiest play right there. Reanimate my Deathrite Shaman. Just cheeky beaky. That's just good clean living. That's just good clean living right there. Discarded Exhume Lotus Petal, okay? Hello, oldest son. What's going on? Probably in a position where we can win. That's answering the Unearth, right? Hello, oldest son. What's going on? More Deathrite Shaman made response, sure. They need like Elish Norn at this point, right? So Reanimator Mirror match, right? Good thing we had a bunch of surgicals on our board for the Reanimator Mirror. You want some crackers? There you go. Alright, what do we got? So, Surgery's great, Fluster's great, Edict's great, Surgical's wonderful, Force is great. My balls are not big enough to him to Tourach my opponent. These fatal pushes are pretty terrible. Unearth seems fine, Pyroblast doesn't do anything. Is a True-Name out matchup? Probably. Oh yeah, K-Command's pretty bad. True-Name's better than that. Seems fine. Okay. It's good clean living, easy in, easy out. Oh well, what a well-constructed deck and sideboard. I do communicate primarily with grunts, right? What if they reanimate our Deathrite Shaman again? Well, I'll just have to Diabolic Edict them. Just have to Diabolic Edict them. So, one of the things you can do, just like as a good deck building exercise, is that when you're building a deck, if you're not sure what should be in your sideboard, you should just go through all of your most popular matchups and think about like, okay, what do I want to cut in this matchup? What do I want to bring in this matchup? And if your ins and your out numbers don't line up nicely, your deck is built incorrectly, and you should change the cards in your deck so your ins and outs line up well. What do I think of Shardless Sultai with Leovold in it? I think it's a shitty version of this deck. I think there's no compelling reason to play Shardless Bug over a deck like what I am playing currently. Actual no compelling reason. This hand's just not good enough. I have like 4 forces and 3 surgicals to mulligan to. I take another hit again here. Seems great, actually, right? Do I want another Deathrite Shaman? Probably not. Chancellor, yep. We can get turn 1s. Might be getting turn 1 through a Force of Will here. So the first spell we cast this game will be countered unless we can pay 1, which, surprise, we can't. Sometimes you get nutted on. Sometimes your opponent just like cracks a big old nut on you. That's just how it goes. Gotta take your licks. Now, my opponent's deck being largely inconsistent is what keeps them in check. They drew like this every game, they'd win. They'd win every match they played, right? Dealer's choice. We made 3 decisions and none of it mattered. Look, as someone who enjoys playing Ape Magic, sometimes you just gotta roll with the punches, okay? Okay. Man, do they have the turn 1 Chancellor, Thoughtseize, they have the combo turn through Force of Will with just like, maybe their last card isn't Animate Dead. I've watched this, I've read this book before, so I know their last card is Animate Dead, but like, maybe it's not Animate Dead, and we have a chance. It's 10 out of 10 Animate Dead. Simian Spirit Guide, that's a great idea. Just like the apiest of Magic. They have Chancellor of the Annex and one other card. One other card. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, there's the Reanimate. Yeah, buddy. Sometimes they got it. And that's, if you can't lose games like this without getting frustrated, you just can't play Legacy. It's not the format for you. And that's okay. Losing games like that is not for everybody. But you just got to roll with the punches, shake it off, and move on to the next one. As someone who apes people pretty consistently here on this stream, that's just gonna happen to you sometimes. Gotta roll with it. Pretty easy redraw here. This is a keep. I feel like this is a keep. I've got a Scry and a Brainstorm. Got a blue card for my Brainstorm into a Force. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep that. When I'm shaking it off. We're not gonna beat Annex into Thoughtseize and turn 1 combo, but I think this is a keep. I think this is a keep. Schneeper, Keeper. The second match, this is the second match. They all blur together, really. It's like, what match are we on? Where are we at in my life? Opponent, did your cat knock your drink over on your keyboard? Or are you answering your doorbell? Where are you? How many more QPs do I need? I think I just need 3 more. Three more QPs before next weekend. So weird not having to play this at 2x speed. Now live and in Technicolor. Waiting for the stream to load, right? OP was just like so excited about their hand last game they had to go change their pants. Is that what happened? That's where my money's at. My money's on they had to change their pants after the last game. Like you had to get a clean pair of trousers. Why do you think this deck hasn't put up major results in paper? Which deck? Because like the 4-color control deck is one of the best decks in Legacy. I think it's slightly worse than Grixis Delver against the field, but like the 4-color Leovold deck has a ton of results in Legacy. The black-red deck has infrequent results in Legacy. It's just a very high variance deck. When you run Hotter Than the Sun, you just beat literal everything. Like, did you see my opponent's hand last game? They, like, had Thoughtseize and a Chancellor and, like, put a Gristlebrand into play on turn 1 with all of that. Like, if you, like, draw that up 15 rounds in a row, you're gonna, like, slay people, right? We've played the Black-Red Reanimator deck a lot on stream. I don't actually think it's particularly good. I think it's worse than, like, Belcher and Oops All Spells. Like, we've actually played the Black-Red Reanimator deck a number of times, and, like, having spent a bunch of time playing a lot of all-in decks, I need to, like, write the Legacy all-in Ape Digest at some point. Just, like, this is your tutorial to, like, how to play Ape Magic in Legacy. Just, like, talk about all of the decks that can, like, kill people on the first turn, and, like, kind of rank them based on my experience. And I don't think Black-Red would be too far towards the top. It feels pretty inconsistent. For those of you on YouTube in the future, if you haven't skipped ahead yet, I'd recommend doing so. Ape memes can melt steel beam. Do I like Tin Fins? Tin Fins is a lot of fun to play, but I think it's in the Black-Red Reanimator camp of not being particularly good. Oops All Spells, I think, would actually be my pick for, like, the most powerful ape deck in Legacy. Like only having to assemble 4 mana with one of your 8 creatures is really powerful. Your An is not down here, dude. Lands is not an ape deck. Your An is upstairs. Go ask Mom for it. Are you actually gonna wait here in timeout for 10 minutes? That's sad.
Declan, hush your face.
But how would everyone hear him if he hushes?
There. Okay?
Yeah, they're
You want me
fine.
to close those?
No, it's fine. Look at our wonderful sponsors. And a shout out, usually when we do the sponsor plug, I don't always make it to the bottom. So a lot of what we do here, this deck that I'm playing here on stream right now is a donation deck list. So if you would like to see me play one of your decks here on stream, you can go to bit.ly/Hoogle Sellout, all lowercase, and find out the details for what it takes to get me to play one of your decks here on stream. Yeah, Jarvis, I defended Lands. We were talking about ape decks, and someone was like, what about Lands? And I was like, Lands isn't an ape deck. Lands is a real deck. I hope my opponent's okay. I hope their house isn't burning down or something like that. Maybe they're just getting Comcasted out of the match. Probably just getting Comcasted out of the match. Is Pauper viable? No, no one wants to watch Pauper. We've streamed Pauper once or twice, and the numbers are just abysmal. Which is kind of sad, because, like, I like the games of Pauper I've played, but just, like, the number of people that watch it is just, like, negligible. And, like, I have enough Modern and Legacy donation decks that, like, I should play those, because they're more popular. If you went to a Team SCG, would you play 4-color Leovold or Grixis Delver? I think I would test, my decision for that would be, I would spend time testing both decks against Lands, because Lands is a very popular deck at those team events, and whichever of the decks felt like they had a better post-board Lands matchup, I would play that one. I think this deck, it's tough, right? So, like, Grixis Delver gets to play Wasteland, but this deck gets to play Basics, and it has Baleful Strix. So I think it's probably pretty close, but I couldn't tell you just by looking at them if this deck or Grixis Delver had a better Lands matchup. It'd be something I need to play and get some experience with. Judge, I have Comcast. Can I get a time extension? It's an $80 donation for Cube, right? Yeah, probably anything over 75 would get me to Cube. It needs to be a large democratic vote. Wasteland plus Collect. Yeah, that's fair, but like Delver's threats all die to Punishing Fire. Leovold's pretty good against lands. Yeah, Darth, I think so. I have so many donation deck lists that are non-pauper that like our formats people would rather watch. That landing page is one of the best and most honest things I have seen from a content creator ever. Look, I am a lot of things. I am obnoxious, you know, but I am not a liar. We're definitely upfront about what is going on here. A cube with Declan making the picks. That's probably 100 plus. There's no way we get something functional out of that, right? I mean, like, we're gonna win the... One of the best things Hex did was... One of the best things Hex did was cutting their timer to 5 minutes. Like, it's so obnoxious there's a 10-minute timeout timer. I'm a shill and I'm proud. I have played Miracles of Search for Azcanta. The card's very good in it. That's definitely a deck I would accept as a donation deck list again. That deck is very reasonable in Legacy. He just drafts Nutstorm. Alright, well, you know, there's a timeout win. Thank you everyone for hanging out through that very dry 10 minutes. Wizards of the Coast, if you're out there and anyone's watching, think of your content creators. Reduce the timeout timer for leagues. 5 minutes is plenty. If someone's not back in 5 minutes, they're probably not coming back. As someone who frequently changes diapers mid-match, 5 minutes is plenty. Alright, let's get back in here. The old 2-0 here. Most of the people that are salty towards me on Reddit fall into one of two categories. The first category is someone that's never actually interacted with me in person, and the second category is someone that I've banned on Twitch for being a douchewangler. Just like, they're just like, people are so used to getting to spew in every Twitch channel. Like, so many people that stream Magic are so desperate to have everyone in their chat, and it's just like, no. Chatting in my chat is a privilege. Chat is here so I can interact with people, and if you're spewing garbage in my chat, you're taking away from people that actually want to, like, have a question answered. Morning, Apprentice. Name my price for Pauper. For $50, I will play any constructed format. That is 10 out of 10 true. For enough money, I will play anything. Reddit is internet, verbal, and visual vomit. Yep, basically. What, my free speech? My free speech? Yeah, see, Jarvis, you got a sword, so you're allowed to tell me I suck. And, like, you're one of, like, the few people in the country that, like, qualifies as being smarter and thinner than I am, so, like, I welcome you telling me I suck. Most of the people that tell me I suck are real dumb. Why is Unearth in this deck? Because Joe Lissette is another person who's smarter and thinner than I am when it comes to playing Magic, and Joe Lissette plays 2 copies of Unearth, so you can do sweet things like Snapcaster, Unearth your Leovold, and Snapcaster, Unearth your True-Name. It's really pretty dirty. Nah, man, 50 bucks, a league takes me like an hour, so like 50 bucks for an hour of my time, that's like an hour and a half. That's still a good rate. It's like getting close to what I charge for doing software development. Is Burn playable in Legacy? No, it is not. People will play it, but it's not playable. How could Jarvis be smarter and thinner if he never plays Tron? Yeah, this hand's fine. Gets an unknown. My opponent's gonna like play a Lotus Petal on turn 1, and I'm gonna like regret all of my life decisions, but like, this hand's very good. My opponent goes like turn 1 Deathrite Shaman. We're like pretty happy, right? Yeah, let's just good people too. Like, in addition to being smart, he's like a good guy to chat with. Basic is land. Could be a Lotus Petal deck still. What do you do for software development? These days, I am mostly a fish. Transmute artifact. All right. I don't know what you're doing, opponent, but I like the cut of your jib. I like the cut of your jib. What are you doing here? Bring another 0. We're just like, just filtering, okay? Yep. So I should probably get a basic, right? Like, good chance there. Probably a good chance their Blood Moon deck. Sorry, someone asked about software development. These days, I mostly just contribute to a few different open source projects. Nothing too fancy. If you look at my GitHub page, you can see most of what I do these days. Kolaghan's command, you don't say. That was basically a crop rotation, yep. I think I'm just gonna play this Baleful Strix off of this. They Blood Moon me next turn, I'm gonna be a little bit sad, but I think I want to get this Brainstorm in and crack this fetch afterwards. Yeah, Unearth has been very good. As someone that like tries to keep cute shit to a minimum, especially in Legacy, like the Unearths are very, very powerful. All right, so that being said, this isn't a hand that really wants Unearth, right? I'm gonna put that back, put this back, fetch my basic island to play around Blood Moon, play another Baleful Strix. Doesn't main Moon, sure. That's fine. We don't know that for sure. I think I'd like to hedge on Moon. Like, I feel like my hand is set up where like I can afford to hedge Moon, so we might as well. Might be wrong to tap out here. Rawr. Hey, Eve Zhao Long 14 with the brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much and welcome. I really appreciate that. Thanks for sending your Amazon fun money this way this month. No, they're definitely painter grindstone. I think... Do I want to just pass the turn here? No, I can't hold up Bolt anyways, right? I don't have double red because of the way I fetched. I could use these K commands as stone rains. Is that nuts? Is it nuts to use these K commands as stone rains? I probably want to kill the grindstone for sure, right? If I cut one color from this deck, what would it be? I wouldn't. There's no reason to cut a color from this deck. Why would I cut good cards? I have plenty of lands now. Alright, so I'm gonna shatter their grindstone and make them discard a card here. We'll get a Volk here. Yeah, I'm supposed to get Badlands there. It's kind of close. Discard, destroy that. Well, there. I have one card left. Discard Shatter. Sure. Unearth, Force, Deathrite Shaman. Yeah, that seems pretty good, right? I can cantrip this Unearth. I'm gonna hold this Pyroblast up off the Deathrite Shaman so I can blast a cantrip here. Man, my Annuls are gonna be great here, huh? And then again, I'm just gonna hold this Pyroblast up again. Kill him pretty quickly here. No, Annul's just like a generically good card. There's a lot of enchantments and stuff you want to deal with. Artifacts too. It counters Lion's Eye Diamond and Petals against Storm. They're dead. This puts them to 9. These put them to 5. So not quite dead, but Snap Bolt puts them to 2. So they're gonna be dead on our untap here. Should pretty much be locked up at this point. 10 out of 10 blasting a Brainstorm here. Yeah, just like the floor on Unearth is so high, and the ceiling is pretty up there too, right? Just like there's so many good things the card's doing. So is the fourth color green or white? I don't understand your question. We don't have any white cards in our deck. Do you reach as it goes live, or do you just wait for it to scroll onto your stream overlay? Well, it happens at the same time here for me. There's no delay when I see chat. It goes up on my overlay on my OBS as soon as it's posted in chat. All right, so K-Command's great. Extra Force is probably fine. Annul seems great. Is this a Surgical Extraction matchup? How do I feel about Surgical Extraction matchup? Wait, how do I feel about Surgical Extraction? This is not a Baleful Strix matchup. Him to Tourach seems fine. Daily reminder that, yep, and it's a 1/2. Does literal everything, and it's a 1/2. That's the real kick in the pants on the Deathrite Shaman. And it's a 1/2. Is cutting the Unearth's criminal? Is cutting the Unearth's criminal? No, Burgle, you just see so many cards. And also, these cards, Pyroblast and Elemental Blast, this is the same magic card. Whether they just have different names to play around Cabal Therapy and Surgical Extraction. They sometimes board into a big red prison deck. Well, I don't feel like Unearth helps me with that. Yeah, I don't think I want Surgical. I think I just want to get rid of these. Most people in Twitch chat think Surgical is great in every matchup, so like I'm gonna temper my expectations here. This hand keepable. Definitely the low end of keepable. I'm gonna keep this. As like captain of the wide eye snap keeps never mulligan, I'm gonna keep this one. 4 pushes is way too many. Maybe. I could see that being true. One of their combo pieces of creature though. 7 months, one a time. The Stinger MTG. Welcome back. Happy holidays. I do appreciate it. 7 months. Over half a year. Welcome back. Again, just like Twitch chat doing the classic, like assuming my opponent in Legacy is like playing cards as a guaranteed, when like in reality there are no guaranteed cards that they play. I could see Fatal Push not being needed, like not needing all 4 of them. If we see Intuition, I'll probably bring in some Surgicals as the game 3 happens. If a game 3 happens. Leovold's actually an okay draw here because it pitches to my Force of Will. I know this card like is weird looking, but there is a blue mana symbol in there. Yep. You get forced back and just not play a game. It's really unfortunate. Just one land off of having a basic swamp. I get 2 activations from this Deathrite Shaman. I wonder if we can just grind them out. Search for Ascanto, sure. I think the bolt there is probably wrong. Yeah, you and me both, Jarvis. This Deathrite Shaman, he's going the distance. I think this next turn, I'm going to... Okay, they kept a card. Interesting. Brainstorm, sure. I mean, it's pretty good. Alright, we're done now. And it was a little weak to Blood Moon. It might have been reason to throw it back. I don't know. I just like fetched 2 basics up immediately in the first game, so like I was hoping maybe they wouldn't try to Blood Moon us. But never doubt people's desire to like cheese people out of games. Hey Dowzo, when are we getting another 24-hour master stream with hats, 7-month subscription? I don't know if we're gonna hit another 24-hour or not. Those are a big drain. I think it's fine. It's like not exciting, but it's fine. It's pretty good if we hit a cantrip, right? We have a lot of those in our deck. Yeah, technically, but like one of the upsides to like having someone else pay for my leagues is that like I don't have to play the miserable games where like we have like really small percentage outs. I could just like concede, move on with my life. Deal. I get to eat this painter. Oh. I'm gonna eat this now because if they play an artifact land, I can't respond. And then they could just welder this back in. I'm just gonna eat this now. Hey, did I miss a donation? Hey, Kikno with the $15 donation. Happy holidays from England. Thank you very much for the donation. Yeah, but the problem is I want to just like remove their thing proactively, which means that if they play the thing, then I like have to like play this cat and mouse game where I constantly leave up the Deathrite Shaman, and that's just like not a good spot to be. Really sucks that we missed on another land here again. I think I just pass and leave up Snapcaster Annul. Really wanted to slam Jace here. I think I'd rather leave up Snap Annul than play the True-Name. Bolting my Deathrite Shaman. So they have Blood Moon plus Force. We're in trouble here. Sure. Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna leave Snap and Annul up again here. I'm pretty sure this True Name is just like being pitched to this Force, and then hopefully this Jace will take over the game for us. Grindstoning themselves, yep. Alright. Fetch basic Swamp here, since I drew another blue source. So because they showed us Lightning Bolt, I'm gonna go ahead and Fate Seal them. Oh, I should have Fate Sealed myself, right? Because they're grindstoning themselves anyways. Would you like to put Lightning Bolt on the bottom of their library? No, that's fine. If they want to draw that, I'm okay with that. And I think they're grindstoning themselves anyways, so... They have another artifact here, we're dead. I guess they need an artifact. Oh. Oh yeah, that's how that works. Alright, yep, we're dead. Yep. So, a little bit unlucky to lose the second game. I think I probably could have sequenced this a little bit better. I think boarding the Fatal Pushes out was wrong. Not that we drew the Surgical. I guess if we would have drawn a Surgical, we'd have been okay here too, right? Because we would have Surgicaled this. So for those of you that don't understand how the opponent's combo works, they activated this, and in response to the activation, they're welding it to put this into play, which is going to make all of their cards blue. All of the cards the same color, and then Grindstone mills me out entirely. You suggested a first deck in Legacy. I would suggest playing one of the good decks. Something Grixis Delver or 4-color control base, like Deathrite Shaman Mush is ideal. Definitely be one of my recommendations. Play one of the decks that beats people because its cards are better than theirs. Yep. I would not recommend Ant for anyone. I don't think Ant is a particularly good deck. It's pretty unimpressive. Well, Deathrite Shaman Mush decks die if Deathrite Shaman gets banned. They'll be worse, but they'll still exist in like some iterations. Like Sultai, like Shardless Sultai will probably be a deck again. No, the Eldrazi Stompy deck is not going to be very good. Nah, going to a Grand Prix is like the equivalent to like taking a pile of money and setting it on fire. So like, if I'm gonna play Magic, I'd much rather just like hang out at home. If you play a good deck, that's true. That is like 10 out of 10 the truth. Lands kinda gets better. Like, some of its better matchups get pushed out of the format with Deathrite Shaman gone, right? I think if they banned Deathrite Shaman, lands would probably get much worse in the short term, even if it did get better in the long term. Because I think if they banned Deathrite Shaman, we'd see a pretty big influx of unfair decks. Because like there'd just be people scrambling to like figure out what the optimal fair decks look like. So unfair would be like rushing in to fill that void. Yes, that is exactly correct. It is far more profitable for me to stay home on a weekend and just stream Magic. And not to mention, like, if I wanted to play in events, like, Hex has a $1,000 cash tournament I can play every single weekend, 2 of them, in fact. And Magic Online has their challenge events I can play every single weekend. And, like, both of those are much better EV than playing in a Grand Prix. Not to mention I like have to leave the house. It's like a high of 12 degrees outside my house right now. Why would I want to go outside? It sounds miserable. I think goblins would become less bad in Legacy if Deathrite Shaman got banned. I don't know about good, but it would be less bad. To set the bar exceedingly low. Yeah, it seems pretty good, right? Baron more, so probably 4-color loam. Be like a smallpox deck too. Might be merit holding up Spell Pierce here, but we get pretty far ahead if we get to play this Hymn to Tourach, and like I'm not afraid of Chalice since I have the Sculligan's command in my hand. Kinda sucks. Grab a Bayou here, I think. Oh, this land can't get Bayou. JK, Scalding Tarn can't get Bayou. Ugh, they lost another Punishing Fire. That's not good for us, so if they find a Grove, we're gonna be in a lot of trouble. Dark Confidant. Yeah, that's fine, right? I'm just gonna go, like, shock that. They discard a card. This Force probably... This Spell Pierce probably pitching to this Force. No, this is game 1. This matchup's probably terrible for us. Why did I play that Snapcaster Mage? Why did I play that Snapcaster Mage? Because I'm an idiot? Mostly because I'm an idiot. Yep, I'm just sighing about the matchup being bad. Just not paying attention to what I'm doing. I guess I'm taking their lands away now, not that it matters, so we're Dredge Loam again next turn. So the reason why I played the Snapcaster Mage is because I was just clicking things. Yeah, the 4-color Loam deck's always a Green Sun Zenith deck. This is one of the matchups that there's 3 Surgicals in our board for. A 10 out of 10 should have saved my Snapcaster Mage for the Kolaghan's command. So that way I could get back my Deathrite Shaman here. Now, Dredge is like Garbage Fire is a trash tier legacy deck. It's very bad. We just like can't win the game from here, right? I feel like without Surgical Extractions, we probably just can't. Like, we're not gonna lose this game for like, I don't know, like another dozen turns, but like, we can't win. So let's just like move on with our lives. Alright, so Fatal Push. I guess Fatal Push kills their Knight of the Reliquaries if they have them. Kolaghan's command is great. Surgical Extraction is great. Well, they have Dark Confidant too, so yeah, Fatal Push is fine. Hymn to Tourach's pretty bad. The main deck Reb we have is pretty bad. Is this a Spell Pierce matchup? It's probably not a Spell Pierce matchup. I guess we could have found a True-Name and still won the game with True-Name. Maybe that was a reason to keep playing. Name's really good at stealing games in this type of matchup. Let's submit like this. There are pretty low odds of winning that game. Also, Scavenging Ooze, yeah. Yeah, the pushes are fine. And Invasive Surgery only hits sorceries. Twitch chat, come on now. Come on now, Twitch chat, calm down. True-Name's one of our better cards in this matchup, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep this hand, especially if we get to curve Baleful Strix into it. That feels really bad. Great, it'll land at least. Invasive Surgery hitting Loam is interesting. That's not something I'd considered. I know that was all the same comment, but I'm reading it back again. Yeah, maybe one Invasive Surgery for Loam is fine. Liliana the Last Hope, gross. Well, I don't think we can play around Liliana the Veil. I'm pretty sure we're just supposed to, like, jam this and hope for the best. Hopefully run them down with these. Conceding, yep. I guess I get to go True-Name here, right? It's Green Sun too. Yeah, Green Sun's pretty fair. They missed a land drop. That's interesting. I wonder if I'm supposed to... I wonder if they're supposed to get this Dryad Arbor back there instead of missing a land drop. This can get a Bayou, right? Well, I really don't want to get wasted off double blue. Yeah, right? I think this is a double True-Name turn, but we're definitely soft to Deluge with this line, right? I mean, technically we can snap Unearth after they Deluge us, but we're not going to be in a good spot. Because then they like to get to like plus Liliana, kill Snapcaster, minus Liliana, kill my other thing. I've been this Fatal Push for now. I have a Snapcaster to flash it back anyways. Sure, you have 3/3. So kill, Veil, Nug, Last Hope. Am I supposed to snap Ponder here? Well, I guess I could snap Push now that I drew this fetch land, right? Seems pretty good. Keep them choked on mana. Fetch land gives us, well, I guess that's fair. Because, like, I have the Baleful Strix and insulate my thing. I don't know. I'm gonna hold this land for a Brainstorm. They have a piece of spot removal here. They can use the spot removal to keep their Liliana alive, but that means they don't have any mana up and I'd get to snap a Ponder, so I think I'm okay with that. I'm gonna go ahead and pass back here. So it's like Scoozes versus True-Names here. Yeah, I think Waterfalls was right that I should have killed the Lilianas in the other order. It would have worked out a little bit better for us. Another knight here. Green Sun for knight. Looks like Green Sun for knight. Hoping to rip a Fatal Push here. I'm just gonna leave Baleful Strix back here. Crack them for 6. This might be a touch aggressive. Like, I feel like we just need to race here, right? I played the fetch land out because we need to play the fetch land anyways post Brainstorm, and I already have 1 land I'm holding, so might as well get the fetch land into play. Yeah, this is... Yeah, obviously I want to kill the Scavenging Ooze, right? So they had removal. The classic Swords to Plowshares Chalice the Void deck. Just a true deck building beauty. Wonder if we're getting 2020'd. It's pretty good against the 2020. Survey says redraw. Survey says Brainstorm. It's pretty good. Now I just get to kill both their things, right? They might cut Chalice? Seriously? Sure. More power to them if they do. And now, thanks to this Bloodstained Mire, I can snap Fatal Push this Knight of the Reliquary. Let's see what they get with this. Ball pit. Sure. I'm gonna Bayou here, so I have 2 green sources. And this Fatal Push card is decent. Oh, you don't want to play Magic with me anymore. This concession tells me they don't have Toxic Deluge in their deck, which is like giving away pretty valuable information. Is this a Diabolic Edict matchup? What do you feel about Diabolic Edict? Is that like a thing I'm doing here? It doesn't seem awful. Like, I want to kill most of the things they put into play, right? That nuts. I get you in my deck. Yeah, aside from Dryad Arbor, I mean, I don't have him in my deck, so like, yeah, him is terrible. I concur. Is cutting a Snapcaster Mage nuts? Let me do this. I'll do that. Cut Ponder, because it's weak against, I don't hate that. Do that. Do that. Just hedge the old Chalice of the Void of Touch. Why Minister of Pinks? You can unearth it. Say, some Marsh Casualties you can unearth. This hand's great until he Chalices on one. It's not Chalice of the Void. Yeah, I think I'm in the market to just like fetch basics here, right? That seems really good, right? Want all of these? It's a draw card with Dark Confidant, which kind of sucks. No, I don't think the Invasive is actually pretty good, seeing how that matchup played out. We were talking about it, but they usually don't have that many Loams in their deck. Push is a good draw. Tabernacle. Ah, they have the fucking last hope every time. Alright, so Deathrite Shaman changes my line here a little bit. I was gonna K-Command, kill discard, but like now I can push Deathrite Ponder. This sets us up to Jace next turn, potentially. Okay. If they kill my Deathrite, I can Snap Ponder next turn. Again, just like trying to set up a Jace. They get to kill this with the Liliana, but like MTGO Ram check, right? Not less than 2 gigs, we're fine. They get to kill this with this, but then they're not rebuying their other thing here. I think I just want to any order shuffle these. I want to just like have a best shot at hitting a land here. Perfect. Who do I sub to on Twitch? Just a few random Hex players. That was my Christmas. My Christmas was great. Thank you for asking. We're getting waist locked. That feels bad. Alright, well, I think I'm pretty committed to doing this. That way I can pressure this Liliana since I drew it. If I didn't draw this, I wasn't going to crack that fetch land. I don't know what butter means. I don't know what that means, dude. English. Can you English, please?
Cheese.
Alright, Charm. That's gross.
Cheese. 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 Cheese.
Yeah, I think looks like we're just gonna die here.
Shut up. It's okay. Dude, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. That's how I feel right now too. We're very dead. They had double Wasteland and a Golgari Charm.
Stopping Baleful Strix is pretty good here. Gives us a blue card for this force. It also gives us a cantrip that's just like good in the fair matchups. Like it's good against fair and unfair here. I mean, Legacy is the format that it is because people play all sorts of terrible decks like Painter in it. Like people love playing shitty decks. Like half the decks we play on this stream are like really terrible. Whenever I'm supposed to hold the land up with this force, because now like they get to beat days. Or we don't beat days. That's fine. There's 3 surgicals on our board. A couple of Diabolic Edicts too, which are pretty good. My body's ready to get dazed. Just force back, sure. Welcome to Thunderdome. Enjoy your stay. So, Flusters, Forced. So many cards that are good here. Oh, Rebs get to be good here even. Edict's good. K-Command's bad. Hymn's bad. Fatal Push is rancid. Unearth doesn't really do anything. Bolt is bad. Yep, looks good. Looks good. Check, check, check. We actually lost to Painter. I kept a bad hand in the second game, and then we got Blood Mooned. We got Blood Mooned with Force backup. I had a Force for it, and they forced our Forced, and then we bricked off and died. And then in the third game, I probably missequenced a little bit. This hand's almost certainly not good enough, right? I guess I could Ponder if 4 looks at something. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. Got an Edict too. This is fine. Fetch a Trop here just so I have that out. Don't have to worry about getting Blood Mooned or Wastelanded here, so just fetch beyond basics without. Oh. If you mulligan every hand like you're gonna die in turn 1, you'll just actually never keep a hand. So you can't play Magic like that. That's just like, that's a way to lose more games than you're going to win. You can't like mulligan reasonable 7s like this on the play. It's not terrible. Double Force Sting. Are these 2 back past the turn? I wouldn't have kept this hand on the draw most likely, but that's probably fine on the draw too in this matchup. They go a little bit slower on the draw. I'm gonna blast this. Use my mana this turn. I don't speak fluent Declanese. I'm not sure what he wants. I'm not sure he knows what he wants. Why did I not shuffle away the Unearth? Because I didn't really need a 4th land either. At some point they might counter or force a Deathrite Shaman. I think I'm gonna force this Careful Study. Usually you want to force their ways to get things into the bin rather than the reanimate spells. Usually they have more reanimate spells than they do ways to get things into the discard pile. God, for fuck's sake. That's a hell of an end to the league. Sometimes they have it all. Sometimes they have it all. Maybe they don't have a fatty? Inkwell Leviathan. That's good for us. We can beat that one with the Diabolic Edict. It's good. It's good. We tried. I get to play a game. Edicts are pretty good here. Hopefully. Hopefully edicts are good. I guess I could not have a reanimate spell too. Do I want to play this out? I'm gonna hold one land for now. I usually don't want to hold two lands, but holding one seems fine. I guess I could just cycle this Unearth, actually. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, I think I'm in the market to do that, actually. Again, play the fetch land out because we're going to need a fetch post Brainstorm anyways. What do we got? Oh, well, that sucks. I'm gonna lose our Diabolic Edict here. The kid screams are real. You have no... That's like... Those are super mild. Those are super mild. They took my Ponder. Interesting. My toddlers don't make noise. You're a dirty, rotten liar. I'm gonna play this Swamp out. They know about it again. Don't really want to hold two lands. We'll probably Brainstorm into a land. Anyways, this represents Hardcast, Force of Will. All right, Leo. I'm counting on you, buddy. You're gonna 3-2 us this league here. Oh no, that's a Bayou. They have Abrupt Decays in their deck. Or Leo. Okay. Flusterstorm's pretty good. At least if Leo bites it, we get to draw a card. Oh. 3 more turns. 3 more turns. Deal. Feel free to name one of my fetch lands.
Listen, you can't be trusted with food.
He's like, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, I know that's why he's here.
Liliana of the Veil. Yep, resolves. Yeah, that's opponent. I get to cantrip. It's so fun. Don't you wish you could cantrip? They didn't name Deathrite Shaman, which is really kind of interesting.
They really needle with fetch land?
No, they needed Liliana of the Veil. I'm just taking a death right here. Like play this land out because we need all of our mana at this point. Hey, Bladewing 23 with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate that. I wonder if I'm supposed to keep the Snapcaster Mage there actually, because like they're pretty close to just like needing to do it next turn anyways, and Snapcaster like prevents them from doing that. This is better against Abrupt Decay though. You ended up in Twitch chat somewhere. Your life took a turn for the worse. All right, into the third game. Yep, I'm gonna run it back. What deck are we playing after this league? I'm not sure if we're gonna play another one or not after this league. I need to see. I think Christy has a work meeting at 1. He's my visitor. That's Mike Kletz. He play Hex. He's Android and Client. He casts some of the Hex stuff with me. He used to travel to play Magic, but he graduated to digital games. How do you feel about this one? How do you feel about this one? It just feels kind of close. You just like hold invasive up on 1. I feel like this could be okay against a mulligan to 6. Hey, what do we think, chat fam? I'm gonna keep. I think it's close. I think this is the low end of keepable. Or like kinda soft to combo into days. All right, so because they didn't, because they didn't play a black source on 1, I'm gonna bleed on Deathrite Shaman here. This could get dazed. I think that's fine. We don't lose to Daze Force. We lose to Daze Force plus other stuff. Like, they need the combo plus that in order to get us. So I think this is fine. Just like blasting the crap out of a cantrip at any point here. I crack this fetch in response. Don't really want to get wastelanded off a fetch at this point. Maybe I have enough lands that I can just get taken off my fetch line there. I probably wouldn't have named it either way. Probably a Deathrite or a Liliana again. Yeah. Man, they are just having none of this Liliana the Veil. Absolutely none of it. Maybe I should play my land out here so this can't get spell pierced. These two back, play this. Again, I'm just gonna like be conservative and like hold my disruption up. I don't have a lot going on, so I think getting the blast to cantrip seems pretty reasonable here. Where are they fetching at my end of turn? Do they have an Entomb? This has to be Entomb, right? Yeah. Unfortunate. Invasive Surgery does not hit that one. Grave Titan. It's pretty good. Plays around Diabolic Edict well. I can beat Daze, I can beat Force, I can't beat Daze plus Force. It's a shame there's only 3 card types in my bin. Oh, are we doing it? God bless. God bless us, everyone. Flusterstorm's great here, right? Like all three of these are excellent. I get to stick Leovold with Counterspell up next turn. You want pretzels? Get your bowl. Legacy staple invasive surgery, right? We do lose to a daze here. Lose is kind of a loose term. I guess Flusterstorm back gets us here too. Probably losing to this daze. Playing this Leovold might have been too aggressive. I don't know. They have to like have reanimate plus daze here, right? I could have held up the Diabolic Edict to play around this too. Yeah, maybe playing Leovold was not good. I suppose this is pretty okay, right? Is it pretty okay? I don't even know. What am I looking for at this point? Leovold plus True-Name double blocked this Grave Titan. And like I'm just in trouble with another reanimate spell. You think I want the Snapcaster Mage? I don't think that's true. I think that's being results oriented. Maybe I should have played this first to play around another days. Hey, leave your brother alone, please. And then, like, they have 4 zombies, and my True-Name kind of holds the fort down. Ow! I still have a True-Name, and I have a Snapcaster Mage. I just need that I not put another shitter into play this turn, is basically what it comes down to. I'm actually fine with that, right? You want some pretzels? Now they're just dead in 2, right? I seem to not have a way to kill the Snapcaster Mage. Hop in front of here. Take 12, go to 1. Kill you with this. Flusterstorm covers Collective Brutality there. It's a weird game. It's a weird game. Alright, squeaked out the 3-2. I think we had a little bit punted a little bit to lose the first match we lost in that league. What did we lose to in the other one? Forgetting, what was this one? Edict doesn't keep us alive. Forget what match 4 was. What did we lose to? I don't remember. So I could still force? Yeah, maybe. I guess I knew that card. No. I guess that plays around Collective Brutality still. No, I think I want to leave the Flusterstorm up. Over aggressive was right back. I don't know if I went over aggressive. I feel like putting my clock on the table is pretty important. And like Leovold turns off their cantrips too. So like they had to have a reanimate plus a free counterspell. And they ended up having both of those in 3 cards. Am I playing any more Magic after this? I don't know. Do I feel like running back something? I do have a donation. Oh, 4-color loam. Yeah, you're right. 4-color loam. Yeah, I don't think we could have really done anything in that third game against 4-color loam. I might have conceded the first one a little bit too soon, but the third one, they had a lot of things that lined up well against what we were doing. Do you want to play Belcher? I could probably squeak out a Belcher league. It's been a while since we've belched.